Communicate better. Daily conversation practice. Hey there. I've been thinking lately about how we can improve our communication. Sometimes I feel like we misunderstand each other.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. It's essential for any friendship to have clear and effective communication. So, what ideas do you have to make it better?
Well, one thing I've heard is active listening. That means really focusing on what the other person is saying, without interrupting or thinking about your response right away. What do you think about trying that?
I like that idea. It can be tough not to jump in with our own thoughts, but I'll make an effort to listen more actively. And speaking of that, I think it's crucial to ask clarifying questions when we're unsure about something the other person said. That way, we can clear up any misunderstandings.
Absolutely. It's better to ask for clarification than to make assumptions. Another thing I read about is using I statements when expressing our feelings or thoughts. Instead of saying, "You always do this," we can say, "I feel this way when this happens." It's less accusatory and more about expressing our own perspective.
That makes sense. It's less likely to put the other person on the defensive. And speaking of feelings, I think it's important to be honest about our emotions. If something's bothering us, we should feel comfortable talking about it without fear of judgment.
I agree. Being open and honest about how we feel can help us understand each other better. Also, setting aside some dedicated time for deep conversations might be beneficial. We can choose a quiet place and really focus on discussing our thoughts and feelings without distractions.
That's a good idea. Sometimes we get caught up in our busy lives and we don't make enough time for meaningful conversations. Lastly, I think it's important to give each other space when needed. Sometimes we all need some alone time to process our thoughts and feelings.
True, we should respect each other's need for personal space. These are great ideas. Let's give them a try and work on improving our communication. Our friendship will only grow stronger as a result.
Agreed. I'm excited to see how these changes will make our conversations better. Thanks for bringing this up, and let's make a conscious effort to communicate more effectively.